Let's talk to Councillor Timothy Huxtable, who's Shadow Cabinet Member for Highways and the Environment, Birmingham City Council. Timothy, very good morning to you.
Good morning, Mike.
So, listen, you've had the focus has been taken away from Birmingham this morning because Heathrow's gone up the Swanee and you can't fly in or out of it. But things are not great in Birmingham, are they? I mean, I've got a video to show you. This is where crowds yesterday surrounded bin men in Birmingham because the state of the place is awful. Check this out. They're basically trying to see whether the bin men will collect any of their rubbish, because they've got so much rubbish on the streets, because there's meant to be a bin man strike, I think, isn't there? And they're trying to basically convince the bin men that they should take the rubbish away. The police were called, all sorts of stuff are going on. Timothy, how did it get this bad? How did it come to this?
Well, you talked about broken Britain earlier. At the moment, we've got broken Birmingham. We're in the 10th week of an industrial dispute with our bin men, as a result of the financial mismanagement of the city council by the current Labour administration, and it's really appalling. Bins aren't being emptied, collected. There's been piles of rubbish mountain high. I came on this programme a couple of weeks ago.
I remember.
About rats as big as cats. This is not helping, Mike. This is not helping at all. You know, the only people that are flourishing in Birmingham at the moment are the rat population. Yeah,
I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But, I mean, given that the bin men are on strike, I mean, were these bin men not bin men that were on strike? What was that about?
We've got some bin men on strike. That's from refuge collection. There are other bin men from street cleansing who aren't on strike, and they're the people who provide the mobile household waste centres.
Okay.
The one you saw in the video just.
Right.
The bin men are doing a good job. The problem is that the city council have failed them and are continuing to fail them. And we need a complete change of administration in Birmingham. I said we need more money put into street cleansing, more mobile household waste centres like the one you saw in the video. We need to get rid of the rat tax.
Yes.
We need a complete and fundamental change in how refuse and waste is collected in Birmingham.
But meanwhile, we're looking at pictures there of piles and piles of rubbish piling. I mean, it must be pretty disgusting to even walk around the streets, wasn't it?
It is, and the stench is dreadful in where it's being uncollected, and it's also having a real effect on the as well as the environment, on people's health, because they're looking at piles and piles of rubbish just wherever they walk. And in my ward, it's on a local shopping parade. You don't want to be shopping with food establishments and other establishments, and you just see piles of rubbish, and the stench, as I said, is up.
Yeah, and so what is the council proposing to do about all of the rubbish on the streets? Because it will be a public health hazard if it's not already. Surely they have a duty of care to the population of Birmingham to remove it all.
Absolutely, and it's just, the situation is just getting worse and worse, Mike. And I am emailing them daily, not just about the rubbish on our streets, but also piles of rubbish with houses in apartments and flats with the commercial bins outside. Schools even, commercial waste is not being collected from the schools. Again, that's not conducive to a learning environment if the school where your child is at has bins and waste just massive high.
I mean, it's not going to be long before somebody gets bitten by a rat and catches the bubonic plague, is it?
Well, as I say, indeed, but at least if they're as big as cats, you can see them coming.
It's not much of a consolation, blimey.
It is not much of a consolation at all, Mike, no.
No. Goodness gracious me. I mean, we're going to be checking in with you, I'm sure, Timothy, from time to time. We'll talk to you probably next week and see if anything's got any better. But what a state of affairs. Terrible. I mean, this is modern-day Britain. Councillor Timothy Huxtable there, Shadow Cabinet Member for Highways and the Environment, Birmingham City Council. Look at the state of it. I mean, that can't be healthy. That can't be good. And also with the hot weather, it's going to get hotter. The stuff is going to go more rancid. There's going to be more rats. There's going to be more foxes. There's going to be more vermin, generally speaking. Absolutely ridiculous. We've got a great piece of footage to show you here. How about this, though? This is a bloke returning his brown bin, which would be, I presume, if I'm not wrong, the garden waste bin in most places. This is in Chelmsford in Essex. He's decided he's had enough. He's going to bring it back to the council. Check this out.
Hi there, I'm here to drop off my brown bin.
You can't leave it here, sir.
I can. I've contacted you 3 times to collect it. Yeah. It's your property, it's not mine. I'm not prepared to store it until August, free of charge, so I'm leaving it here.
Well, the thing that we were told was that they would come round and pick them after the end of
No, I've emailed them 3 times and they've told me they're not going to collect them until summer, and that I've got to store it free of charge until then, and I'm not prepared to do that. So that's your problem, thank you.
Brilliant. I tell you what, I don't know who that guy is, but I take my hat off to him, because I was envisaging when the sort of the reveal happened that he would be carrying, because I've got a little brown bin that they gave me for food waste, right, which they left outside my door. I didn't ask them to give it to me. I didn't ask them to involve me in their ridiculous food waste campaign. And for a while, I used it as an ice bucket in the summer to put the champagne bottle in, but it was quite small. But that was a massive thing, right? And, you know, quite right. Power to the people. That's exactly what you should be doing, by the way. To you know, peacefully protest against the way that the councils are running this country, the way that the sort of local government, the national government is behaving, you know, and why on earth should you be forced to do something that you don't want to do? And if they're going to come and take away a bin, but you're going to have it for 3 more months before they bother to come and actually get it, then by all means take it down to the local council. Don't charge them any money, don't cause any trouble, don't swear at them, you know, don't be aggressive. Just take the bin back and go, thanks very much indeed, this is your property, I think you can have it back now, and I'll be off. By the way, talking of Essex, I ran into a couple of lovely people yesterday, and it was in a restaurant just not a million miles away from Borough Market. Young Darren, who's a builder, and he said his son Tommy, who wasn't there, a big listener to the show, so very good morning to you. Very nice to meet you yesterday. And the people of this country are sick to death of all the things that are going on, and there are more and more of them joining the revolution of common sense.